You know, it's not as good as something like a Slark where you get to keep the essence shift stacks, but you're still fairly happy. They bound the Timber Saw. It's going to be their last pick here from Mars, but they have a whole minute to think about it. They go for the Dawnbreaker. My God, this draft took a very unexpected turn for me.
It really did. All right, so yeah, Primal mid then, and then Mixa is going to be playing the Dawnbreaker in the off lane. O-Taker on the Pudge. All right, I'm happy to see it. But still, one final pick here to come out from Nemiga. They're probably trying to make up their minds right now whether they do want to keep this meta as their carry, maybe put it mid. I mean, how would meta fare up mid against the Primal? I feel like it'd be all right, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the same way. My bigger concern is thinking about when Pudge ulti is everyone on Nemiga can bother him if he doesn't have a BKB, right? It's like even if he gets a BKB, he can still swap, but Ravage, Cookie, Swap, Deadshot, Silence from the Calling. Like there's just so much for the Pudge. When he ultis, he's like, yeah, this is pretty bad for me.
Very hard to actually stick on those targets at all. We'll see. 10 seconds left. Got to make up their minds pretty damn soon what it is they want to go for. And it is Omni.
Huh?
What is this draft from both sides, man? This is crazy.
I know. I mean, I'm glad to see. Okay, it's going to be the mid Omni Knight, carry Morta, and it's going to be, of course, the off lane Tyranitar. So mid Omni Knight, this is a hero that you tend to go like Harpoon. You max out his E as well. His hammer, what's called Hammer of Purity. I love that spell. But you can do a decent amount of damage with this guy. Echo Saber with Harpoon. Oh God! And for MarsBet, you have Dawnbreaker. You have on the mid.
Yeah.
Pudge is going to be playing the carry. Phoenix position 4. The Nature's Prophet going to show up everyone. Mr. Luck is going to be on the prime base. Wait,
he's back.
He's back.
He's back. We didn't even realize.
All right, mix us out, and now we're playing with a full draft. Sorry, with a full team of MarsBet.
Yeah, there you go. They're coming back full power with the carry Pudge, everything else mid dawn. Yeah, this is going to be some wacky old lane setups here. Can you make any strong prediction on which team you think is actually going to come out ahead here?
I think Nemiga just looked so good in game 1, but this is a better draft from MarsBet. They have a freaking Pudge. Oh, they have Pudge and Phoenix, but the double P's that I love. I gotta stick with. I think I'll stick with Nemiga though. I do think that the draft is just easier to play with.
Yeah, I think it's like you mentioned, when you factor in just how well they played in game number 1 as well, they just felt a bit more cohesive as a team. That I could definitely see them running away with it and taking their second game right now. But at the flip side of that, there's a carry Pudge, man. I always love siding with a carry Pudge. Can't help myself.
Yeah, but there's a mid Omni Knight.
Who cares?
There's
carry Pudge.
I do a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be some wacky stuff. Lots of lanes we're gonna have to try to pay attention to right now. Both teams actually go for a smoke. MarsBet chilling out in the mid. Meanwhile, Nemiga making this 5-man wraparound into the jungle area. They're going to head down, where they might actually bump into a few members of MarsBet. LeBron being the one at the front there. Could be a free kill.
Jeezy is going to have a game of his life on this Phoenix. Oh, LeBron! Yep, that's going to be the second time he dies. Oh, no!
Oh! Big hook from O-Taker brings him to safety right now. Still slowed from the gush. Maybe MarsBet can still force a fight out of this one. They're charging in deep, but there it is. Malrine will get first blood towards himself. Lots of damage just gets spread around amongst everybody else. Malrine obviously takes a beating, but who cares? First blood for him. Gonna mean that bottle comes out super early.
Bit unusual to see LeBron taking the first point in the teleports. If he had Sprout, he would have been able to just hold the enemy down for like a second and get his escape. O-Taker, he does his best to keep him alive, but it is not enough. And Malrine gets first blood. Very nice for him.
Yeah, very, very nice. Oh, hook won't get the room. It will actually land on towards Xibbe by the looks. Does some damage, but without any further control. The old tidy boy will just walk it off. Perfectly fine there. So it ends up being 2 for 2 on the bounties overall. So just that first blood bonus there towards the Nemiga, given the charge. Actually, they're going to see if they can get a free kill. LeBron, not again. He's going to be able to get caught, but once more, the hook is there from O-Taker. He's used like all of his mana at the start of this game to save LeBron, it feels, but hey, it's worth it at the end of the day.
I like how LeBron's like, let me die. I was like, no, not this time. No, not again. And a bit unfortunate for them. But anyway, so it's going to be the mid Dawnbreaker, the offlane Primal Beast here. I like how holy they both look. You know, they both got giant hammers. They both got like some sort of angelic theme going to them.
In the lore, don't they both serve the same god or something like that? I don't really know.
I don't know either. But you know, if angels are gonna look like one of them, I hope they look like Dawnbreaker more than they look like Omni Knight.
I don't know. Some people have got a thing for elderly men in suits of armor. You know. Not saying me.
Oh, of course not. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that either.
Oh yeah, you know. 2023, mate. Can't judge me. How dare you?
Alright, can I not judge you, but also kind of like feel... Anyway, MarsBet, top lane, how's it going for them so far? Pudge? Well, we actually I was looking at net worth. We got the lastest. There you go. Seems fairly even here. Pudge a little bit ahead, but not by much.
Yeah, he's still just doing fine. Obviously, took a while just to passively regen up all of his mana. I mean, do you think there's much aggressive potential for a Pudge and Nature's Prophet to actually actively look for kills?
If you can sprout someone in, maybe, but I feel but it's much easier for the Tidehunter, the Snapfire, once you get like level 2 and 3 with the Cookie, with a midpoint little Shredder as well, with the combined with the Gush, like lots of slows and minus armor from these two. So I'm favoring Nemiga in the top lane by quite a bit.
Yeah. Looks like their bot lane is also going quite nicely. Mr. Luck's been taking a fair old amount of beating. Obviously not like the Mueta Tusk combo we've seen a few times where he can pump out a lot of damage, but I think there's even still a lot of potential from Mueta plus Avenge to really dish a lot of hurt here.
And plus, if you can get a dead shot on the Phoenix as he died, Phoenix is one of those heroes that tends to play at really low health, you know, until you get like the Tranquil boost. But most of the time you look at it, it's like Phoenix, like everything costs health to use, so it's just pretty damn expensive for him. But this double range, not fun for Mr. Luck.
It really isn't. He's basically turtling by his tier 1 the entire time. Really, really hard to get out. Anyway, oh, Biwa cheesy! Oh, he was not expecting that dead shot damage to come through. Tried to go for the dive, like the animation started, but just took too long. Ends up being a free kill for pantomem. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, up top, Hellscream takes a bit of damage. Will be fine. Otaker even managing to pick up the Lotus himself. Let's secure that.
It's nice to have the Lotus, but you'd like to get a little bit of aggression going here from Mars, but you also have to be very careful. You know, you go in top, you try to get a kill, and it's like Cookie safe, Tidehunter's kill is very durable. The best lane so far has been Moby on this Dawnbreaker. He's having a decent time against Malrine.
In terms of CS, not so much HP. Yeah, every single time he gets close, so much burst damage comes through. He doesn't even have any bottle charge or anything like that left. Very, very hard situation. Meanwhile, down bottom, Mr. Luck will die, but there is the immediate trade afterwards to kill Unit there. So, not a horrendous trade for Mars at the end of the day. Beyond up top, Hook, Otaker does land to Xibbe, gets a couple of tower hits through, but even still, Tide is extremely tanky.
Yeah, it's a good rotation by LeBron, making sure they get something for their trouble, get themselves on the board. But Xibbe, he's got the Ring of Health, so if all this harass, it's not completely useless. It's just, you know, within like 30 seconds, he's going to be back to full health on the Tidehunter anyway.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm excited to see what Malrine builds. If it's just going to be the Echo Saber, if he's got something special. Same thing with Moby on his Dawnbreaker. It's always fun to see these heroes being played different roles because they're so damn flexible.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be the fast harpoon, right? And just constantly run at people, get the double whack with the Ag Shard, and yeah, supports just vanish in seconds against that.
Agreed. I like that. I like that as well. Just be on top of them. It's nice to see when the priest can do damage. You're like, no. Now it's my turn.
Man is a paladin at the end of the day. Meanwhile, LeBron will get killed there at the top. Ends up being easy pickings there towards Xibbe. Nothing really Otaker can do that time. No hook saves to be seen.
Meanwhile, though, Moby continues. He might need to start conserving his mana. He does get a Soul Ring because if fights do happen, you want to have that global presence. And in fact, MarsBet, with Nature's Prophet as well as Dawnbreaker, a gank on one person can quickly turn to a 3-man like rotation by them.
Yeah, 100%. And definitely dish out a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Unit maybe wasn't expecting Mr. Luck to turn around there, but the slows came through plus the stun. It's very hard for him to actually stand his ground. Will have to fall back himself. Yeah, they have to go be wary. You know, the rotation from the Nature's Prophet could come in at a moment's notice and look for those 3 kills. I mean, I'm kind of surprised LeBron hasn't done that already, or is he just afraid of leaving Otake? Well, he did once, but I kind of expected it to happen multiple times by this point. But yeah, is he just really afraid of leaving Otake alone or something?
I think maybe he is, but I mean, Otake is a pudge and it's fairly durable. Like I think he just hasn't. The problem is they haven't had an opportunity. Like where was he gonna go? Bottom lane has been pretty much Mr. Luck has been suffering. Mid lane has been just full health for both mids. So it's not that he doesn't want to do it. It's just that he hasn't had the chance to do it. Oh, there you go. He's doing. He's teleporting. There you go. See?
There you go. Ask and you shall receive. And they will manage to run down unit underneath the tower. Even Moby getting involved, but the Malta TP's coming from the rest of Nemiga. They want to try and force down this fight. Hellscream will be traded off as well. 2 for nothing, but the quick turnaround. The burst damage comes through there from Malrine. Gets the easy kill. Can they actually find anybody else? Doesn't look like it. So, you know, even still, it is a 2-for-1 trade favoring MarsBet.
They're very happy with that. You know, they get 2 cores. Dawnbreaker uses his ultimate, her ultimate, sorry, which is nice, which means that you can when you're dead, you don't feel like, oh man, I should have been somewhere else. You already used it, it's on cooldown. And no ultimate for Malrine. He wants to max out his 2 offensive spells instead. Alright, I'm cool with that. I feel like when that Ice Frog nerfed Hammer of Purity too much, it was a great spell, 10-second cooldown. It was a great 1-point wonder for support. I mean, they put it at 16. You know, it's like, come on, 6 seconds. It's not a spell you max out, so you feel those 6 seconds for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you really do. I wouldn't even say it was that OP either. It was quite nice. Just a way of actually trading.
Yeah, like I love this because when you play it as a position 5, you're like, all right, I got some offensive power. You know, you go throw it out on the enemy, you go forward and you get a heal off. Taker, still durable, still very durable.
Takes a bit of beans. Obviously, Xibbe with the old meme hammer. Just landing onto the hero, but Otaker now is level 6, so it feels like there's the chance that they can start getting aggressive themselves in this safe lane, but Pantomem actually rotates up with the twin gates. There's 3 members of Nemiga are nearby. Might try and look for a kill themselves. Depends if anyone sets out of position.
Level 6 is not yet on supports, but they're quite close to it. Well, I think most of the supports are at level 5 right now. And there's Egg we're going to have on one side. Nature's Prophet's ultimate, Swap, as well as Snapfire's Mortimer's Kisses. Does feel like MarsBet has a slightly better... Oh, Hook misses.
Oh, so does the Cookie though. They end up trading spells a little bit there. So that's fine.
I wonder if it was on purpose, but that he gets the creeps to look at LeBron rather than Otaker. Because if they were looking at Otaker, it would have landed 100%.
Yeah, it would have done. They decided to change targets last second. Made things very, very awkward. But even still, you know, 8.5 minutes in, the CS difference between top and bottom of the course isn't even that much. We're actually fighting down at the bot. The ult will land. The outcomes the round from Xibbe connects on towards 3. The hammer will actually get cancelled there by the pulverized unit. Trying to walk away, he's so damn slow. His ultimate will now wear off, and LeBron, they need a couple more right clicks. One more dead shot will get the connection, but the right click was there just in time for LeBron to get the final touch. They still do get the kill, and Pantomem just dragging the creeps away. The long-range hammer will get the finishing touch, so another 2 kills there for MarsBet. Again, they do trade away the support, but it's all favorable.
Completely worth it for them. In terms of items, anything, Malrine, he is going straight up for the Echo Saber. He has to take a 1 point in Repel, just so that he has that magic immunity for himself. And apart from that, Snapfire is going to go for a straight up Guardian Greaves mid lane. No, Morta, standard, Maelstrom, nothing crazy there. LeBron's going, he's not going for the Spirit Vessel, he's going straight up Orchid on Nature's Prophet.
Ah, it's pretty crazy. I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it says you can get the grabs onto Meta before she ults, maybe. Try and burst her down that way, something like that.
Stop Snapfire's ultimate as well, also very useful.
Yes, very true, yeah.
And Otaker, he wants to go straight up for the Aghanim Scepter. Mr. Luck has the Vanguard, he's going to go for Blade Mail. Phoenix wants a Hand of Midas. A man of quality, this GZ. He's like, yep, I want to make sure I get farm. I like it.
A man of greed, you mean? Pure greed.
No, he's a good guy. This is how he should be. To be fair, Phoenix is a hero that really wants levels. And it's like, what, are you going to get 4 staff? Come on. You know, you want a Hand of Midas. Then you go for the Shard and Refresher Orb, so double egg.
I guess it kind of makes sense. You can make the argument for it. We'll see if this it does work out. The end obviously takes a longer time to pay off economically, but as you mentioned, the XP a lot of the time is just worth it in general. But still,
I was gonna say Phoenix is also one of the best supports at farming, though. You know, you throw out a couple of fire spirits for in the lane or just to farm up the jungle. Like he's really good at farming, so it's justified. Him and Ogre Magi should always get a hand of Midas.
Yeah, always, you say, always, no matter what. Well, it is still a 3,000 gold lead favouring MarsBet at this point. Nemiga are starting to trail behind a fair amount now. Depends if MarsBet can try and continue to apply pressure with the lead they have able to build up, or they want to use it just to secure farm. I mean, I suppose they still have to wait for Otaker to get the Ags, and then as soon as that is up, I'm sure that's the cue for them just to start running at people, right?
Yep. I mean, at that point, yeah, I'd like to see it. The Agam Scepter. In general, though, MarsBet doesn't feel like they need any sort of particularly big item. You know, they just can engage whenever they want. Seems like their spells are the bigger factor. You know, Solar Guardian, Nature's Prophet teleporting all over the map. The egg, like, it doesn't feel like they're a team that needs to wait. They can just take a fight anytime.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely could. But we do see a smoke move here being made from Nemiga, trying to see if they can actually find Otaker, but he just knew. He falls off all the way to the right side, farm up the camp, but even still, Malrine will actually find him. Got this DD rune online for a couple more seconds. Could be able to do some damage. Straight up TPs. Is there a cancel? The cookie is there just in time. Otaker needs some help for the rest of the squad. Finally, in comes the Lawbreaker, but the Performance Kids' damage is too much, but it doesn't matter. They get the two-man trade instead, and pantomem eventually will get ran down. Or will it trying to TP? There is no cancel. The Pulverize just slightly too far away. It ends up being another little trade there, favoring MarsBet.
Oh man, Pantomim kind of, I don't want to say it, but he kind of messed up because Omniad was in the middle of the animation of the repel, and when he swapped him, so he interrupted him, and they were both inside the Solar Guardian. So, oh, that was not what you wanted. That was not what you wanted, and you lose Malrine because of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
very, very costly.
Solar Guardian still pierces BKB, but you know, you would have been able to dodge a lot after that.
You see there on the chart, it's still a solid win probability favoring Nemiga right now. I think that's always the case when there's a carry Pudge. Like, Gaben absolutely hates Pudge.
I think so too. Meanwhile, the one thing about Nemiga though is that they have the Guardian Greaves coming out on Snap, and Tyler's going to go for this pipe. So your durability is going to go up by a lot.
Yeah, it definitely will. Bit by bit, they are just slowly shoving this tier 1 with the hammer. Even Malrine's still here. Gonna be able to get the swap actually there on towards the Bron. The Sprouts unfortunately not in time to protect himself. Ends up being a free kill given away, plus the tower. It's always a nice little free grab there for the side of Nemiga. At the end of the day, it is space for the rest of MarsBet. You can see on the minimap, all 4 of them spread across different parts of the map, maximizing their farm as much as they possibly can.
It's quite greedy, the MarsBet supports, right? Orchid on Nature's Prophet, Hand of Midas on the Phoenix. Like, you're not going to be getting too much value of these on these heroes until quite a while after. You know, obviously Phoenix, as we mentioned, is always good, but you know, there's no Force Staff, there's no Glimmer Capes. It's just like, oh, we're kind of playing for ourselves. We want these items.
Yeah, definitely seems that way. See, Malrine as well has now got his Echo Saber completed. Now immediately queued up the Ag Shard after that, and then I'm assuming it will just be the standard Harpoon once you can eventually get enough money. Still a fair ways away though. Yeah, they're going to continue trying to look for any grabs.
The thing about Nemiga is, I think they're a little scared to go for grabs, just because we talked about it. You show up anywhere, and then the team can come up with a teleport as well as with a Solar Guardian. You're better off going for towers, because it's like you go to the forest with 2 people, and suddenly it turns against you. No, like 5-on-5s are much better for you because enemies' mobility becomes much less of a factor.
Yeah, that's very true. Just try and force those fights if you possibly can. But I suppose at the same time, it's all just trying to build time for Ulnit to maximize his farm, who he is going in for I think it's the Dragon Lance next that he's got queued up. I don't know, his items are a mess. It's hard to tell.
Well, Item Scepter is finished, so that's the one item that's not a mess. And then on the other side, we do have the Snapfire gets the mech. I believe Titantor should be also fairly close to that pipe. Now the question becomes, since we look like we're going to be here for a while, you know, it's like this is not going to be a fast game. So which team has the better late game? That becomes the question. It looks like our observer's like, hey, there's a Morta. And I'm like, yes, I do think the Morta outscales the Pudge by quite a bit. Then you have Omni Knight as well as the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker, for some reason, this hero's damage doesn't scale that well. I'm not quite sure what it is. Looks like something.
Oof, a very quick kill was that. Yeah, I agree. The Dawnbreaker doesn't scale too great. I feel like the Omni's damage does though quite nicely. He can still pack a heck of a punch in the later parts of the game.
Good damage.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, MarsBet though do have the Nature's Prophet, who themselves just eventually turns into a core once the game gets late enough.
True.
That's always something you have to pay respects to.
Yeah, I'd say I'd favor the cores on Nemiga and the sports on MarsBet, because one of them you mentioned is the Nature's Prophet. And of course, Phoenix, his damage is percentage base, which is always good.
Okay, Mr. Lucky does deny the TP out, and the cookie again, the creeps turn around. Can't get a connection, but the hook also misses. Mr. Luck trying to push himself forwards right now. Mormon's Kiss is coming through, but the stun from the Thorn cancels that out. Unit though will get the kill. Ravage onto the backline's egg will also pop, but even still not that much follow-up damage, as it's 2 kills now for Nemiga. The Sunray will burn Malrine down. Slowly but surely they get the kill. And they're trying to now hunt for LeBron. Pigpole though will get him away. Hook! It lands. Adzantick gets this grab onto his unit. It's the perfect target, but Pantomem's there with the swap in. If anything, that has just made Adzantick into his own death. Triple kill now for Unit. Cookie forwards again. Can they give Unit the quads? LeBron full AFK. As Xibbe actually gets the final touch. So 4 kills to Nemiga and only 1 for MarsBet.
Doesn't feel like MarsBet was fully on the same page in that fight. Like, we saw the Primal Beast just barely land the onslaught. They're like, okay, let's take the fight. And we see that hook come out, and the team wasn't really quite ready for that. Great use of the swap. Yeah, at this point here, you're like, they want to fight, but not everyone's around. You can look at top and bottom. People need to teleport in. Of course, it's Nature's Prophet, so he shows up in just a second anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that missed cookie baited MarsBet to go in deeper. Like, if that cookie landed, they wouldn't have turned around and ran in, so... But that missing, I think, was actually beneficial there for Nemiga.
And Mallory's great use of the ultimate. Just before the Soul Guardian is about to land, he throws it up, and they're like, okay, now we can avoid a lot of the damage. MarsBet's damage is mostly magical, but removing the physical aspect is still a big deal. And yeah, the hook.
It feels good when you land those hooks, but then you just forget that there's a venge. You're like, oh, crap. All I've done is just die. Yeah, that feels real rough. It looks like in live, they were also able to get a free kill on towards Mr. Luck there. Malrine, with the help of Pantomem, was able to pick him off. So, just more kills here from Nemiga.
It is going really nicely for them. Let's see. Solar Guardian finished on the Vengeful Spirit. Titanor, he does have the pipe, and he's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter after Malrine. He's got the shot. For people who are not sure, it's that you get every 6 seconds, you get a Hammer of Purity on your next hit that heals you.
Yeah.
Moby.
Okay, he's going to try and run himself away. The silence actually stopped him from using the Celestial Hammer jump, which maybe is going to get this kill. Mormon's Kiss is also raining in for good measure. It does end up being a free pick-off onto the enemy mid laner right there, so Nemiga get a good kill. And looks like they're thinking about Roche, or they're just going to head bot. No, yeah, they are going to go for Roshan.
Great minus armor. 3 of their heroes have it, you know, and you also have the Solar Crest. So while, you know, they're not exactly the cores aren't the best at taking it, the minus armor makes them a very solid squad. What's it?
Yeah.
He still has 30 armor? What the hell?
I think most of the minus armor's already worn off, but it doesn't matter. That was still very, very quick. Yeah, that was easy pick off.
Alright, on the other side, LeBron, he's got the Orchid. He's got almost 1400 gold. Maybe he'll go for the Aghanim Shard. Pudge wants the BKB. Has the Blink Dagger. I haven't seen Mr. Luck do much in this game, but he's got Vanguard Blade Mail for now.
Yeah, he's starting to tank up a fair bit. Still a few thousand gold away from his BKB though, before he can freely run around to these fights. Because we've seen he does get controlled a fair old amount.
And Phoenix has the shard. He's going to go for the Hex next. Well, why not? You've got the gold for it. And Dawnbreaker, Echo Saber, Deso, BKB. So he's got damage. And he doesn't have a single kill on the Desolator.
He does not. Definitely needs more time to start racking that one up, but taking a while. Meanwhile, looks like they have just found a free grab on towards the Moretta there. Do take them down with the Aegis. Where's the TPs coming in for the rest of the squad? They're just not around at all. Unit, 2 quick deaths in a row. Finally, the rest of Nemiga here. It looks like MarsBet are the ones that want to count push forward. Malrine also will fall with no HP left. That is a pretty big mistake there for Nemiga to give away those 2 kills. Very important ones as well.
And we're back to an even game. You know, we're back to a situation where it can go either way. And by the way, those 2 kills, just as the Wisdom Rune is about to respawn as well. So LeBron might consider stealing from the enemy side, but the supports on Nemiga, they're on it. They're like, no. We know this. We've been through this before.
Yeah. Those 2 kills as well were the only flesh heap stacks that Otaker has gotten, apparently.
Seeds of fortune.
He's been there for apparently he's got 6 assists, but only 2 flesh heaps. That feels rough.
Yeah,
So,
how? Probably just too far out of it. Oh wow, LeBron also went for a hand of Midas. Dude, they're on MarsBet. They really think this game's gonna go late, you know?
Yeah, they're proper greeding it up right now. We'll see if it does actually end up paying off or not, but it is still just a win probability favoring Nemiga right there. Was at 1.76, has dropped down a little bit to 63, but even still, Gaben never likes a carry punch.
On the other side, by the way, they have 3 Philosopher's Stones on both the supports and the Tidehunter. So that's also what works out in favor of them. Like that's what 225 passive GPM bonus.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
Very nice. I'll take that any day. Always feels great, man. I feel like getting Philosopher's Stone increases your chance to win by like 10% in your pubs.
Agreed.
It's like, oh,
Whenever,
God, so much money.
Whenever I play and I'm like, you know, playing position 4 and I get a Philosopher's Stone, I'm like, I can win this. But if I don't, I get some freaking Vambrace and Dragon Skill. I'm like, oh great, good luck, you know. That is not happening this time.
Yeah, time to abandon. Just go next. Not worth it. Mate. Not worth it at all. But yeah, so Nemiga, they probably wanted to make something happen a bit more, considering how they had that Aegis, but it was immediately taken away from their hands, and as a result, we can see them playing quite defensively on their own side of the map now. And MarsBet do have the space to try and push into them. We'll see if they're going to wait much longer. I mean, Otaker has a BKB queued up next. Still a little ways away from it, though, so it's going to take a while to wait for that. But at the same time, Malrine has just completed his own BKB, and immediately they do go for a smoke to see if they can find anybody.
Yeah, but BKB on Nemiga is not as useful. You know, Egg Pop, Dawnbreaker, all Pulverize, like 4 ultimates pierce it. Oh, that's gonna be a nice one though.
Yeah, cooking forwards. The hook, ooh, nearly in time to get the save, but not quite quick enough there for all LeBron. And it does end up being a free kill. Just the position 5 though, not the worst one to lose.
Does get his corpse while it's still warm. You know, he's like, alright, still hot, still useful. But yeah, I feel like for Nemiga, BKB is every ultimate basically goes through it, and Nature's probably can use Sprout to also block people in. It's not the ideal BKB game. You still have to get it though.
Yeah, so it feels crucial, but I agree. Like, so many things go through it. The old Dismember goes through, the Pulverize, the Egg Stun comes through, even the Solar Guardian stun. Yes, it doesn't feel good, but it is necessary.
Well, in the meantime, Nemiga, they start pushing a little bit here. We'll see if they want to commit to it or not. Malrine, the problem with the core Omni Knight is that you're like, do you want to save people or do you want to do damage? Your skill set's built for 2 things, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do you repel unit or you repel yourself? You can only pick one.
It's true. Oh no, it does both, doesn't it? They didn't change it.
No, now you don't get the free one on yourself anymore, like Heavenly Grace.
Terrible. What a horrible nerf.
It was, you know, I really dislike that. I mean, I was just getting used to Heavenly Grace. I'm like, Heavenly Grace, awesome, but then and it's still dispellable, so you really don't get anything good out of the new one. It's just magic immunity, which is like, whatever.
Yeah, mediocre stuff, mate. Absolutely mediocre. Oh well, maybe they'll change it back again. We'll just have to wait and see. But Nemiga, they do pop this 4-man smoke, but it doesn't look like they're really going to be able to find anybody. Most of MarsBet are on the complete opposite side of the map to them right now, so you're going to be able to avoid this gank entirely by the looks. As Mr. Luck still trying to farm up for his Heart of Tarask, which, again, he's pretty damn far away from getting. Needs a lot more time.
with all the Philosopher's Stones in the hand of Midas, this is, apart from Pantomem, the net worth from the top to the bottom is not the biggest. You know, it's like, okay, maybe the top two are a bit high. Oh, Ulnit.
Oh, Overtaker, he lands the hook, but he blink daggers immediately into the way in arms of Malrine, but it looks like he will be able to get himself away, or will he? The slows from the Gush plus Mortimer's Kisses, they do guarantee the kill there. Everyone else on the side of MarsBet is miles away. Mr. Luck has been found by Pantomem, but one quick charge, and he will get himself out of there. Ends up to being a free kill onto the carry.
Look at that. LeBron, though, he's pushing like a god. Tier 2 bombs down, and he's doing some significant damage to his Tier 3. For Nemiga, they're like, you know what? We'd rather take advantage of the Pudge being dead over anything else. But these 3 at spawn, they're still pushing. Fortify is even used.
Yeah, just to make sure they don't take too much damage. Mars will have to use their own for their mid lane defense. I mean,
the tower lost like half its health in the bottom lane.
True, yeah. So easy damage. And it looks like LeBron's just going to counter it. That's not even max level Nature's Cool either, man. Who needs it?
Scary for Nemiga. You always have to now think about LeBron. And LeBron himself has got items, right? So it's not like you can just send the support. If you send the support, he might die to him.
Yeah, it's true. You can still do a lot of damage, that is for sure. Even still, man, this game just feels very, very even. It all comes down to the initiations. Less than 1k gold lead right now from MarsBet. 17 for 10 is the score. And next Roshan, at least 30 seconds away. That is going to be the next big deciding factor here in this game.
And it could be a Radiant or a Dire Roshan's, you know? It's like, if it's fairly early, it's going to be Dire. If it's late, it will be on Radiant's side. So both teams, a bit of luck going to determine how the next fight goes.
Yeah, they will.
Little Shredder level talent taken for level 15 for Hellscream, which means that a level 2 egg won't survive. It only takes 8 hits, and Little Shredder now does 8 hits as well. Such a nice counter.
Yeah, it really is. Only a couple of levels, and then he'll have his egg level 3, and then he will be able to survive with 2 attacks left.
Yeah, 2 attacks.
Yeah, very safe, very, very safe. But wow, yeah, nearly a maximum respawn time on the Roche. Looks 2.5 minutes still to go. So it will actually be a Radiant side spawn. Obviously, both these teams have no idea that is actually the case. And we'll see how much emphasis they're going to put on trying to secure the Dire side.
Yeah, MarsBet might put more effort into it. But the thing is, Nemiga, they lack the mobility. So they're like, let's be there early. Also, it's crazy that the teams don't know the information that we know about Roshan's. Like, changes so much of the game. Think, should we set up here or there?
Yeah, imagine if there was like an objective you could capture somewhere on the map which actually showed you the Roche respawn timer. Like an outpost kind of thing.
That would be nice, actually. You know, something like, but where would you put it? You know, it should be like 2 of them, 1 on each side, and you only have it when you get both.
Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah. That could be quite cool.
Maybe.
There you go, Mr. Ice Frog, you listening? Probably not.
Well, Dawnbreaker has the Harpoon, has the Deso, has the BKB. Takes all the Luminosity talents as well. So only 2. So every 3rd hit is going to be a crit now. And Malrine?
Overtaker in danger again. He blink daggers away, but straight into where Malrine was already standing. He goes to the BKB TP, but there is going to be the swap. Cancels that one out. And once again, it's another death there for Overtaker, who just could not get too much done. Still a full minute though before Roche respawns, so there is the chance that MarsBet can still contest it, especially seems how Nemiga are just really gambling that it's going to be up top, but it's just not the case.
Pantomem, by the way, is getting but only less than 2,000 gold away from his Agam Scepter, so that's going to be a double life for the Vengeful Spirit. Tidehunter. What has he bought since the Agam Scepter? He doesn't have much gold. I feel like something's on the courier for him, but we'll see what it is. And Malrine, he's got the BKB now. He's going for the Harpoon right after. He seems to be falling a little behind. Moby's already level 20 and Malrine is just level 16.
Yeah. I mean, that is always the case with Omnis. They're not really the best hero at farming, trying to progress the game. And he has actually been spending quite a lot of his time with a couple other members of the squad, just constantly hunting for kills. So definitely going for the more team-style play. But there it is, 30 minutes. Radiant spawn will be happening in just 5 seconds. Oh, LeBron. It's been connected on from the Gush. Xibbe gonna charge off. Actually has a blink. He doesn't realize he actually scouted out LeBron there, I think.
Oh, Yeah, he could have thrown an anchor on top of him and maybe gotten the kill. And now both teams should be aware Roshan is available on the Radiant side. MarsBet, much easier for them to engage. You know, you can have two people split pushing the Dawnbreaker and the Nature's Prophet, so you only have to bring one or two and then take the fight.
Yeah, it's true.
Looks like they're getting ready to smoke.
I mean, some good item timing has just been hit though from MarsBet. Heart of Tarask is online now for Mr. Luck. A Cypher Vice as well for Jeezy. So they definitely have got a nice little power spike. We'll see what they can do with it. Oh, they look at the position here of Xibbe. Sat on the high ground waiting. The hook will actually connect onto him. Otaker not realizing that is the worst target he can possibly land on. The rest of the squad, Mr. Luck charging in towards the Roche, but Roche is super low. They do kill Unit. The super squishy Moretta just drops way too quickly to do anything about. Xibbe eventually is going to get ran down there by Otaker. This is a massive win here for MarsBet. Picking off person after person. The only survivor here are the two supports. Pantomem not going to be able to escape. And that is a Roshan completely for free.
No BKB, no Pierce the Veil being used by Unit, just controlling that fight. And we've mentioned it, like this ability to show up anywhere on the map for MarsBet. You know, you bring it to a couple people and you're like, alright, we should just take the fight. It's looking good for us. The egg wasn't even used, you know? Like, they didn't even, that fight felt like MarsBet fought with half their strength, basically, and just managed to win.
Yeah, it was very, very nicely done. I mean, the start off on towards Xibbe, you think, you know, the Tide doesn't mind it as long as if the rest of his team is still taking Roche, but at the same time, Mr. Luck just ballsy dived into the pit on his own and hold out. And look at that, the first time in this game that MarsBet have the positive win probability.
And well, it only came at the back of a 10,000 gold advantage, but he'll take everything. And by the way, LeBron, he took the talent at level 15 for more treants. So now when he split pushes, it's really scary. Unit cannot afford to sort of die that early in the fight because then LeBron can just push out the lane. And you could lose buildings really quickly.
Yeah, they will shred them super, super quick. And it is very difficult now for Nemiga to try and stem the flow of this game right now. They're in a decent spot, but it has quickly shifted over to the side of MarsBet. Well, they do get the free grab on towards the Tormentor. At the same time, Xibbe was getting poked out from Moby there. I'm to find it though. Oh, jump forwards. Moby gets swamped. Actually, no, Otaker jumping in deep. There is going to be the jump to look on there from Unit. Will be pushed to safety. BKB plus Pierce the Veil. Actually, still not even use Pierce the Veil. Holding on to it for as long as possible. And Mr. Luck eventually will die. The swap there from Pantomem drags him back on in.
Gems dropped.
Being a free kill. Look at that mass TPs down to the bot lane as well. They're going to find LeBron. But he just BKB's TPs. This man's a position 5, but look how farmed he is. He's huge.
Yes, and that's because of the issues. They can't leave a lane alone against LeBron. He just split pushes it like crazy. At this point, you might think we gotta push bottom all the time. You're like, we can't take a fight. And MarsBet, because of their mobility, they can be like, we want to play anywhere except bottom because we don't want for you to get that easy defense that you want.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's like very hard. Even if Nemiga gets something out, yeah, LeBron is such a huge problem. He's more farmed than his 2 cores on his team. He generally is a core ready. We were saying like late game he will become that powerhouse, but he's not even waited until then. 30 minutes in and he's absolutely disgustingly farmed. Only 500 gold away and he'll also have MKB on top of everything else.
The hand of Midas in this game have been quite something, and Malrian has been the one who really suffered. He's been falling behind, barely ahead of any of the supports in this game. This Omni-Knight, you can't farm. You know, this is one of the reasons why this hero falls out of favor, is that your farming ability is extremely limited.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times when you see a mid Omni in your pubs, it just smashes you down because people don't have the teamwork to counter it out. But when you are able to respond to the hero quite nicely, he does just drop off very quickly, as you mentioned. And it's difficult for him to recover. We'll see if they could do that, as Nemiga going for a 5-man smoke right now. Going to see if they can get a free kill, as Pantomem has actually just now completed an Aghanim Scepter, so the 2 lives on the Venge could be very handy here.
He gets it. Hand of Midas by Malrian. That's going to be a nice kill for them.
Oh, they jump immediately starting off with the Ravage, so committing that pretty big ultimate to secure the kill onto the offlaner. Hey, when you're behind by this much, a kill like that is still very worthwhile.
Agreed. I think you can walk away pretty happy with that. And by the time, you know, they're up again, they're grouped as 5, you might have Ravage available anyway, so not a problem for them. And yeah, I mean, like, has had to buy this. He's also being like, yeah, I think we're going to be here for a while. Listen. All right, bets early on. Hour-long game, yes or no?
No.
No? Okay.
I think 50 minutes. That's the tingle in my brain is getting right now. I don't know. 50 minutes sounds about right.
Oh, meanwhile, looks like the Soul Guardian's kind of wasted there. So a couple of nice things happening for Nemiga here. You know, getting a kill on the enemy, offlaner, wasting that Dawnbreaker ultimate as well.
A mid laner, not off.
No, sorry, mid lane. I mean, no, they killed the offlaner and they're wasting the enemy mid laner's ultimate.
Oh, okay, I get you. Oh, nice up there from Otaker. Good grab on towards Pantomem Slife as well to lock him down. The illusion is there, but look how quickly that lasts. This is gone. All right, very nice free kill from MarsBet, down for a minute without the Venge. And they're drawing on the map right now to just shove this bottom lane and try and take their first set of barracks in this game. Yeah,
but you're going to be doing it without Aegis. Aegis expires right now. So you're kind of hoping to use that second life from the Dawnbreaker. Morta, by the way, Ulnit has been up there in farm the entire game. Even though it feels like he hasn't been able to have any impact, he's still like, nope, I've got my gold. Poor Malbrian. Observers being me and, you know, he's like... Do you see how poor he's like, we know, but we can't say anything. It's like flaming.
He's doing what he can. He's 500 gold ahead of his position 4. Well, great, but I mean, at the same time, Mr. Luck is also quite far behind, so, you know, the mids and off laners are just kind of swapping around on net worth. Even still, you know, Nemiga are here trying to defend. They still lose their ranged barracks. Pokemon's to LeBron, but he does just manage to walk it off. Hook will not connect either. Even still, the damage is done. MarsBet just walking it off.
They don't want to take a fight without Pantomem here. If anything bad happens, you have no way of stopping the Dismember when he BKB, the Pulverize. So they are being very, very careful. And a Rage Rax is not the biggest problem in the world, honestly. Oh.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Xibbe charging forwards around. Does see Mr. Luck. Ravage is off cooldown if he wants to go for it. But will not decide to fully commit for that one. The rest of the squad was just too far behind to actually guarantee the kill. So, okay. Both teams just reset right now. Are we just looking at another waiting game for the third Roche?
Waiting game for the third Roche? No, I think you want to get something done before then, you know, because you have enough time to get a pick off, then you have your ultimates available by the time Roche, even if it's an instant Roche, you know, rather than risking it all in one fight. Like, you have a chance for 2 fights here for both teams. And Nemiga is the one who I think needs to make the moves. You're the one that's behind.
Yeah. I mean, the one saving grace is the fact that Ulnit is still mega farmed, top of the net worth. Only slightly ahead that of Moby though, but still feels like you pump out a lot of damage. Daedalus, BKB, the Ulnit, plus the Lincolns. You can definitely do a lot of work. Also actually has the Swift Blink as his next queued item. Meanwhile though, they have found an opening going towards Xibbe. It's a hard target to find right now. Otaker pops the BKB, but look at those right clicks, man. Tearing him to pieces. He has to use the cheese, and the right clicks come through the egg pops, man. The Gunslinger is just too damn strong against the Otaker can only run away. What is the damage coming out from this Beretta? Mr. Luck survives by the skin of his teeth. He's trying to get out. TP in the trees. Is there a random dead shot? Nope. Pantomem swaps forwards trying to find the kill, but he can't get it. Damn, man. The damage that this guy can pump out. Looking at the graph from that fight, 12,500 damage there from Ulnit.
Dude, and the crazy thing was, I thought the egg was 100% gonna come out. You know, I was like, there's no way he's gonna get it. And then just like, you know, a couple of gunslinger hits and the egg's gone. Like, holy crap, Ulnit is insane. And now, MarsBet, you want to buy back on 30 seconds? Fortify is used, but like, look how long the egg is until he actually deals with it. And you go for Xibbe. Look, it comes out now. It's still on. It's still on. It's still on. It's still on. Now he gets it.
There was, yeah, you got 2 double hits, and the rest were just normal right clicks there. That was absolutely nasty. And literally all Otaker could do was just try and run away, and he just was not fast enough for that. Oh, yeah, got the full mid. That's nice. Oh, actually, they've also maybe found another kill. Jesus Christ, Xibbe! He vanished! He actually just vanished! What was that?
He's got buyback, so it's not the biggest deal here for Nemiga. Plus, he died without his ultimate, so it's kind of acceptable here. Unless he got Ravage. Let's see. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, but that level 20 talent, the one that you get Kraken Shell thing, it kind of sucks. What's the other one? Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah. They're going to try and focus down on towards Unit. It's a big time if they can find him.
Nice
The swap
save.
is there just in time. They do actually hook Unit back in, but he's happy to be up close and personal. Look at the right clicks just flying out. Now Mr. Luck trying to TP. Can he survive long enough? He will. But Jesus, man, those two big tanky cores on MarsBet look like absolute soft cheese compared to this Moretta. Disgusting amount of damage.
What tanky cores? You know, it's like, what? Where are they? The Morta doesn't care. Holy crap. This is why this hero has been rising in popularity. The amount of damage Pierce the Veil gives you is... Oh, and by the way, you get that permanent damage amplification as well when you get it, which is insane.
Wait, they're going to end the game. They're just going for the tier 4s. They don't care about more barracks or anything. I mean, there is no buyback available for the Pudge, but there is one for the Dawn at the very least. But even still, look at the tower damage that comes out. Unfortunately for Unit, his gunslinger keeps hitting the pointless build off to the side. He's very unlucky there.
Eventually they're gonna go though, you know. Oh, here comes a stun. Pretty good.
Oh, aggressive swap on towards the bronze. Chance as well, focusing on towards Unit, but there is going to be the Ravage, and then Unit, he just popped his ult, and they disappear. What is this damage, man? Ultra kill in the blink of an eye, and that is it. GG is cool, and it's a 2-0 victory for Nemiga.
By the way, they add with the little shredder to reduce armor, which I don't think it matters for Pierce of the Veil, but Unit, he's like, you see the smile of the game, and the guy knows